but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move feet, hurt it easy. You don't wanna be fast asleep when they scheming. Better stand tall, ready for a fight, believe me. When they try to change, you can say no, free me. So he's been looking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to another installment of the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. William B. Morgan, with a cast of thousands tonight. We don't have Janae with us, unfortunately. She had a birthday party with her family, so we'll have her back next week. But in the meanwhile, let me go ahead and bring everybody who we got on with us right now. First, she is the can't talk right now. Cosplay and TikTok queen. They bring my girl Cat on. Cat, what's up?
What up, William? How's it going?
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad. It's been a good day out doing some cosplay with my group Heroes and Villains of Cosplay out at Rolling Oaks Mall here in San Antonio for halfway to Halloween. So, it's been a good day.
Cool. All right, let me go ahead and bring on this next gentleman. He is the Twitter overlord. I need to start doing voiceovers. The Twitter overlord. Yeah. Remember my man Ambrose. And Ambrose, what's up?
Nothing much. Just another day in paradise here in Maryland.
Do those two words go together?
No, it's definitely an oxymoron.
Oh, okay.
Andrew, what's up, my boy? How you doing, man? Good to have you. Good to have you with us. And let me go ahead and bring on this last gentleman who's been doing this with me for a very, very long time. Man, Shaw, what's up?
Sup, everybody. How y'all doing today?
All right. Kind of sad because we were the last episode of Titans, but what else? Ando.
What up, Ando?
How we doing, Ando?
Going on with you, bro? Going on with you, brother? Yeah, kind of sad about that, but it's all good. The episode was all right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
No Diamond tonight.
She should be in a minute.
All right, cool.
Yeah, hopefully she'll be able with us in a minute. Let's go ahead and get started with news and review. All right.
So if everybody has noticed that, some of your favorite shows may either be on rerun status or may be in question of if they're going to continue as the strike of the Writers Guild of America is still unfolding.
Wait, favorite and shows, is that also an oxymoron? Because there has not been much of anything lately.
I mean, I find some shows enjoyable.
In an ironic way, yes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Diamond, what's up? How you doing?
What's up, everyone?
How you doing?
What's up?
So, everybody, you've been keeping pretty close tabs on the strike. How's that kind of playing out?
Does anyone want to go, or can I go?
You go ahead.
All right, cool. I wanted to give someone else a chance so I don't interrupt them. I think the writers are overplaying their hand. I think they raise a lot of good points, but I think those good points are going to be ultimately washed out because of the demands they're making. Two things that they really do need to address are the AI situation. AI can take over writing very soon, and all the writers can get kicked to the curb, and that's a very understandable concern for them. But the other concern is the studios are not being honest with their streaming numbers, which is affecting the residuals. And I completely understand those two gripes. You need to address those, but they're not presenting it in a way that makes anybody sympathetic. Like, you can't tell me you're not making a living wage writing in Hollywood. You made $50,000 to write She-Hulk. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I spent my 20s eating ramen noodles and McDonald's and working 16-hour shifts to pay rent.
Hey, Barbara. How you doing?
Keeping him on it,
My wife is my number one troll. I love her. But I mean, they can't. They're presenting it like they're these starving artists, and it's like it's just not true. You're not garnering any sympathy. Everyone knows you make the median salary for a writer entry level is $50,000. Is $50,000.
Well, but also you have to kind of put that into perspective, though. If these guys are trying to live in Hollywood or New York, $50,000 is below the poverty level in those areas.
Well, that's a personal choice. You want to move, you want to make it big. $50,000 a year is well above the national median, and you don't have to live in Hollywood or New York. You can commute. New York's got a fantastic train line. You can live in White Plains, where I live. You can live in Yonkers. You can live in New Rochelle. You don't have to live in New York City. You can hop that metro line in.
Those states, the cost of living is tremendously higher than $50,000 a year. As someone who's lived in one of those two states, I can vouch for that.
I mean, I've lived in New York too, and there's a lot of people making a lot less than $50,000 a year with a lot of family members, and they're making it work. So I mean, I don't garner any sympathy for them, and the other demand that's just going to get shot down, and that's going to cripple them, is the artificial inflation of the amount of writers in the room. They're demanding a minimum amount of writers in a room. So they're trying to. It's a job security strike, and you're going to kill your union, because all they're going to do is cancel shows. If you demand that 6 writers be in every writer's room at a minimum, not every show calls for that. So I mean they're just gonna. This is going to be an excuse now for the studios to say, you know what, we're going to cancel this show. We're going to cancel this show. We're going to cancel this show. There's going to be, in the coming weeks, if any agreements not met, I would estimate between 6 and 8 shows are probably going to get axed, whether they were renewed or not. And they're going to keep making these demands, and they're overshadowing the actual problems that they're facing. So it's going to be an issue. And I'm not saying the writers are 100% wrong. I'm definitely not saying the studios are 100% right. I'm saying it's a situation that the writers are approaching wrong, and the studios are going to take advantage of that. And I think the writers are just going to come out with the short end of the stick on this.
Who else has got thoughts on this one?
Here's hoping that it gets, they find a middle ground sooner or later. I mean, last time we had a big writer strike, it took about a year or something like that. So hopefully they get through it. They go to the table with open mind and stuff, and just find some sort of common ground. Because it is true that studios do screw as many people as they can, and I don't know about the specifics about this thing, so I don't know. I mean, I'm just hoping things move forward, because we got stuff that we need to get rid of.
I mean, the big thing is the transparency with the streaming.
Nobody makes money from streaming, actually.
And
the way streaming is today, nobody actually makes money.
But the big thing with writers and going to CAT, what did make their situation livable in places like New York and California were the residuals. Like, if you were a writer for Seinfeld or Friends, you made your money on that 2-hour block every night on TBS that Friends was airing or Seinfeld was airing. And they're not showing those numbers now that streaming is available. Seinfeld is on Hulu, I think. And they're not. Streaming is purposely and notoriously, the numbers are cloaked, and they're never forthcoming with it. You cannot have a definite number because the companies don't have to. And I think the FCC needs to step in there and say, no, you're broadcasting now. You need to give legitimate numbers. You need to pay the writers fairly for what they're writing. And there needs to be an agreement. You get X amount of dollars for every X amount of views on the stream, because this is uncharted territory on it. And it's something the studios are blatantly exploiting. So
here's the thing, though, with streaming, though, the studios do have access to those numbers.
Oh, they do.
Nielsen tracks streaming. There's a delay. There's like a 1 to 2 day delay, but it still tracks everything. So, like, when they're tracking who's watching what live, if you stream it on, say, a platform like Paramount Plus, Peacock, or Hulu, as long as you stream it within 3 days from air date, it counts as being watched live.
But they're not. they're not obliged to be forthcoming to the public with their numbers. Nielsen keeps track, but Disney and Netflix and Disney have not been honest with their numbers.
Well, Disney and Netflix are different though because they don't have a live network.
Oh no, but what I'm talking about is the point of contention is the actual streaming. Like you write a show for Netflix, you write Stranger Things. Those numbers are muddied. They're not
Right.
telling you how many people have actually. So residuals on that are being effed around with, and that is a major point of contention that does need to be addressed because they're pretty much stealing from the writers. The live stuff, yeah, that gets tracked, and you do get your residuals on that. But as far as actual like streaming services, when you have Netflix shows and Disney Plus shows, they're not obliged to tell you the actual number. So I mean, it's kind of like how YouTube pays its creators. Like you got X amount of views here, take $20. There you go. Like, and you. Yeah, I mean, I think the writers need to be more forthcoming in approaching it that way than the starving artist and woe is me approach that they're taking. Because I mean, I don't understand how they're saying we don't want it to become a gig. We don't want it to become a gig occupation. It is a gig occupation. Shows are gigs. Like, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to do?
But here's the thing. Some of those folks are hired by the network, and it's not just you're hired for one show. You are hired by that network to continually be writing and pitching to them.
Yeah, but then you're a showrunner. So, I mean, that's different. If you're a writer, if you're a staff writer, you move.
But the Writers Guild, so even people like Stephen Colbert, even though he is a personality, because of the fact that he started in Hollywood as a writer, he's still a member of the Writers Guild. And
I wouldn't claim him
if
if I was
a
that.
writer. That's interesting.
well, but
Yeah, he was a writer. Yeah, him and a lot of people were. Yeah.
So if you get hired on by NBC, ABC, you may not necessarily just be being hired for one show. Like you get like your pitch of like, hey, this is the scheme of what we're writing, what we're looking for. Sit down and write it. And so when you're working with these networks, they're not just being hired for a show where if you're being hired per show, then yeah, that is gig. That's a gig job. That's like me going on Fiverr and offering up resume writing services.
Yeah.
But the way that a lot of these writers are hired is they're hired by Netflix, ABC, NBC, Sci-Fi, name a network. And they say, okay, we want you writing for these ideas. And so then they work with these showrunners for shows that aren't already produced and aren't already out there to pitch, to get like a pilot written and pitch it. So it's not just that like a writer works for one show. They work for the network and they may be doing multiple shows at a time.
Depending on their contract, yes,
Right.
you're more correct than you're wrong in that, depending on the way the contract is written.
Yeah. There are some writers that in the beginning, yeah, you are brought in on a gig basis. Like, hey, you're new, we're gonna test you out on this new show. But for most of them, they've got contracts with the network and they're hired by the network. It's not a per show. It's not, their pay is per shows they write on, but they are constantly writing and pitching pilots with the showrunners.
All right.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Gig work already is not accurate.
Maybe for some writers, yeah, you're right. But I think for entry writers, for a lot of the writers that are striking, I think it is accurate. I mean, I mean, there are a lot of, the problem is there are more writers than there are programs.
Mm-hmm.
And what they don't realize is you have a pie. You can slice the pie into 8 delicious pieces, and everybody can eat and be full, or you could cut the pie into 4,000 pieces and everybody gets a little morsel. But the pie's not going to get bigger, and you're not going to get more money, and you're not going to get more work. Disney's not going to sit there and say, hey, we need to have 6 writers in every room, so think up 6 more shows. They're not going to do that. They're just going to say, this is what we have. Sorry, you, and you're fired. Your contracts are terminated. Go try Warner. We'll kick you down the street to Netflix. I mean, it's just, they're just not going to, it's just an unworkable plan to have demands for mandatory employment.
The purpose of demands, though, is to leave places of negotiation.
And also, we are in a terrible point in our economy. You'd never ask for a raise when things are bad.
Oh, I would.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm a career restaurant worker. I wouldn't. That puts a target on my back.
Depends who you are and what you do.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think if things are bad and business is bad, you got a lot of.
It depends on what your business is. I mean, if you're in business with a raise and increase of revenue, hell yeah. But if you're somewhere where revenue is stagnant, then no. But like in my profession, hell yeah, I'm going for a raise. I don't care what the economy is.
So you're telling me if you worked for Disney and they just laid off 7,000 to 10,000 people, you would ask for a raise?
Hell yeah. Particularly if my department is what's drawing revenue. That's like the NBA. That's like a difference between the NBA and the WNBA. If I'm in the NBA, I'm looking for a new contract. Particularly if I outplayed my old one. But if I'm in the WNBA, no, because the WNBA is not making any money. They're making money to begin with. But if I'm in the NBA and I've outplayed my contract, my stats increased. I go from averaging 12 points a game to 20 points a game. Hell yeah, man, for more money. It's done every day.
So you're making my point kind of for me.
It's done every day.
If you wrote Willow or She-Hulk and your streaming service just lost 300,000 American and Canadian subscribers and 4 million subscribers worldwide because they lost their cricket contract in India, are you going to ask for a raise?
If I wrote The Mandalorian, I'm going to.
Mm-hmm. All depends on what
you do. The Mandalorian, but not every show is The Mandalorian, though.
That's true. It all depends on what you do. It all depends on what you do.
Yeah.
It all depends on what you do, and all depends what situation you're in. If you're in a situation to where you look at security versus monetary gain, I got you, because at the end of the day, everybody wants job security. But if you're to the point that look, I'm after this money because A, I'm worth it. B, I performed well enough to ask for it, and C, if you let me go, I got options. So either way, I'm regardless of the economy, I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a fair point. I don't necessarily agree with you, but I see where you're coming from. If I had a boss like Bob Iger, I don't even think I'd ask for a raise if things were good. I think he'd be like, yeah.
No, if there's money on if the CEOs can get $1 billion bonuses, there's extra money for me if I'm performing well.
Hell yeah.
So
and I can prove it, and I can walk in there with proof that I'm performing or overdoing what my peers are doing. Oh hell yeah, I'm asking.
Yep.
But good discussion. Good discussion. Let's go ahead and move on. What's up next, Cap?
So thinking about things that are doing well, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Who's seen it? I have not yet.
I know Shaw saw it.
I haven't seen it.
Shaw,
I have not.
Shaw, you make me sick.
It's really good. Worth it.
I've heard because of the subject matter, the box office projections have dropped, but that's all I've heard about it.
It's making a lot.
Shaw,
it's not saying there's nothing saying a lot of people really like the movie, but they're saying because it's dark. The movie is the subject matter is very dark, so it's going to affect the amount of people that are going to go see it.
That's what I thought people wanted though, was dark.
like I said, it's really good, and like there's some darkness in it, yeah, but it's not like a lot. You know what I mean?
Let me ask y'all this:
Yeah.
what would you prefer from everybody here? What would you prefer? And this is an argument me and Shaw has, because when you go back, I'll use Batman Brave and the Bold. It made me upset because Batman Brave and the Bold was kiddie to me, but I was looking for more of a darker tone from Batman Brave and the Bold, and we got this kiddie stuff, and it's like I prefer dark versus kiddie. What do you guys prefer?
I mean, it depends on, am I going, or is this a Marvel movie? And like my lovely wife said, we have some McDonald's toys. So this is a Marvel movie that is clearly marketed towards children. So if they're going to tackle things like, I think one of the issues is domestic abuse and animal testing and stuff like that. And I've heard enough about the movie. I don't want to go any further because I don't want to spoil anything. But that's pretty risky stuff to tackle if you're going to bring a
I'll give you
5, 6, 7-year-old into the.
I'll give you animal abuse because there's no domestic abuse at all in there. I mean, there's not even any domestic relations in there, so that's not. That's not.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you've seen it, so you know. I'm just going by what I've read. But even the animal testing, though. I mean, they're
all CG animals though, so it's like and it's not like it's not like it's just shown as being a good thing. It's shown as being a bad thing. It's a tragedy, and like there's even a thing where a bunch of animals get saved later on. I mean.
My point is, I don't mind going to see it myself. I don't want to take my kid to a movie and have to explain, and even if I don't want to have to explain anything.
Well, that's why it's age appropriate, of course.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of people in my camp on that, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's necessarily, 'cause I haven't seen it, but for all accounts, it's a good movie. Everybody that has seen it has really liked it. But I think that train of thought is going to hinder it at the box office.
Well, but here's the thing. The Guardians have slowly been working away. Like, the first one was whimsy and campy because you had a bunch of new people trying to kind of learn to work together. And you put a new team together, everything's just going to go to hell in a handbasket real quick. And it's going to be funny, right? You got into the next one where all of a sudden he finds his dad. And they lose Yondo. You're getting a little darker there. Now we're coming into the third one, it's getting into that maturity level where I think, there's been talk of how Rocket came to be, that he was a science experiment, which is part of why he's kind of so angry and bitter about it all. But it makes sense to get into that more because it's character progression. And if they're wrapping it up, they need to wrap up those loose ends. And it's got a PG-13 rating. If someone's taking their 5-year-old, and you are upset that Rocket is saying bad words and that they're sticking him with needles, well, maybe you needed to pay attention to that PG-13 rating.
I mean, I 100% agree with you on that, but PG-13, it's a big jump from Avengers to that.
But my question wasn't necessarily looking at age-appropriate content, just people here. What style of movie do you prefer? Do you prefer campy or more of a? Do you prefer the kiddie or the dark? And I got sort of kind of agree with Kat. I prefer the dark more than the kiddie.
It really depends on the movie and the progression. I think with Guardians, it's a natural progression. So to me, it wouldn't seem out of place.
I mean, but I don't. That's a good question, and I like both. I mean, honestly, it depends on who I'm watching the movie with. And what type of mood I'm in, because the two big teen movies when I was a kid were Monster Squad and Goonies, and obviously one's a little bit darker and one's a little bit goofier, and I love both of them. So I mean, it's kind of tough, but I mean, if I'm sitting by myself and I'm watching a movie and I don't have to worry about how the other person I'm watching the movie with feels, I'd probably go with dark. I'd probably go with something that's a little bit more thought provocative. But if I'm out with other people, I like to have fun, so I'd go for the goofy and the whimsy.
Diamond, what you think?
I like both. I have like a bit of both, but mostly for dark is like my thing because I like movies that like talk about serious topics, but
Right.
also like has the humor side of it, where you can like laugh at it and be like also relate to it in a way.
So like Jojo Rabbit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit was great.
I never saw it.
So it's really good. You should watch it. It's great.
Sean?
Personally, I prefer a combination. I mean, just because something's dark doesn't mean you can't tell a joke once in a while, and just because something's a comedy or lighter doesn't mean you can't tackle dark subjects. I mean,
Right.
that's like a lot of people say that Marvel is for kids, but there's like every movie has a dark moment. Like my favorite moments in every Marvel movie is something where they deal with a serious topic or it's like just a serious moment. You know what I mean? Like even literally the comedies still have darker moments in there, and like I just like a nice little combination. Like just because like true drama is the balance of comedy and tragedy. You know what I mean? Like I love tragedy and I love things being lighter, so I just like both. That's my everything.
Barbara says, it is your responsibility as a parent to research the subject matter of any movie before you take your kid to it, regardless of the rating. That is so true.
Well, because here's the thing. Like, I don't agree that Marvel's for kids.
Mhm.
I think that they've made it so it can be enjoyable for children, but it's not intended for them. So, I mean, I'm sorry if you take your little crotch goblins to see the movie and they cry. I'm sorry.
Kat, I gotta ask too before we move on. What are you cosplaying as? I see the horns. I'm trying to
It's
figure it out.
later.
Oh, okay. All right.
There's some stuff I'm testing out for tomorrow. Yeah. I might have to like maybe do some sewing tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. Yeah, whatever. Either way.
We appreciate
Like
that.
some zippers.
We appreciate the effort. We really do. I invited a cosplayer on the show. I hadn't heard back from her as of yet, but I'll see what I get. All right, let's go ahead and continue, Kat.
All right. Well, I mean, with this, just to kind of wrap it all up, James Gunn did get an award from PETA for Guardians of the Galaxy for touching on the issue of animal testing.
Okay.
Now while animal testing is not something that is commonly done in the United States, there are still countries that do require animal testing for certain products before they're allowed to the public, which is still something that, of course, PETA is still fighting, and a movie like Guardians, which is going to have a Disney targets the regions that still do animal testing. I'll just put it that way. When it comes to their content, so maybe the message will get across.
Disney targets anybody that will give them a nickel.
No, they focus a whole lot on their Chinese fans over there, like more so than most studios. But they're also a country that does require that before a product of any kind. So like it could be Neosporin. Before they're going to approve use for that in their country, it has to be tested on animals first.
Which I never really understood. Well, it worked really well on this rabbit, so it's definitely going to work on me.
Yeah.
So with some more superhero movie news, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is going to be screened into theaters on June 2nd. Burger King is going to be offering a red Whopper inspired by Miles Morales' suit from May 15th through June 21st. And I think we have a picture of that, pick number 2, William.
Yep. I think we do also. Let me get to it real quick.
That's a doctor's visit.
No.
I don't know how to feel about that.
You stupid there, bro.
That's a, I mean, some things just look unnatural, and that is, that's one of them. And like if you gave me a hamburger on a red bun, I don't know, man. Like that just does not look appealing.
Dude, in Texas we'll eat it. We'll think it's made out of Red Hot Cheetos.
Ambrose said you have to have a second thought.
Didn't they do something like similar to this like years earlier with like a black bun or something?
Yeah.
It was a hamburger that was popular in Japan. It was the bun was dyed black, and it was popular in Japan, and people freaked out over here
It's like a lady
because certain bodily functions were coming out jet black and they didn't know what was going on. It's like, hey, idiot, you ate a black hamburger bun and you probably ate like 3 of them. So like it's gonna look a little weird.
My friend Barbara says it looks like a ladybug's, not a spider burger.
I was gonna say a watermelon, but yeah.
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 It's a watermelon with a picnic crawling on it.
Oh, dude, now that Burger King is trash. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, especially the Burger Kings here. Like I've been to some good Burger Kings cross country. Not here.
Wendy's has the best training videos though.
No, the Navy has the best training videos. It looks like we also have some X-Men news in pick number 1.
My son would not go to a Burger King to this day because he saw a video about Burger King foot lettuce. Somebody
So
actually put their
X-Men
foot in the lettuce.
97's boss, who's from Cyclops and Storm, are the main protagonists of the series.
Nah.
I think it's behind Storm, but I'm not sure how I feel about Cyclops. We all know my opinions on Cyclops.
I hate
Agreed.
Cyclops.
Yeah.
I hate Cyclops.
Well, isn't that the point? Isn't everyone supposed to hate Cyclops?
He's
No.
an over emotional. He's
Not really, just-
an over emotional simp. That's what he is.
Isn't Cyclops like, yeah, I'm not buying foot pick Storm. I'm not buying no foot pick Storm.
He's too over emotional.
I mean, I think I'd like to see.
I love you, G.
I'd like to see Ice. Why does Iceman always get the shaft?
Well, they gave Iceman his doing the comic books. He's an Omega level mutant now.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's freezing people. He's freezing people from the inside. Solid.
That's crazy.
Bruh.
There's a joke there.
I know. I knew when I said it.
Yeah.
I read your mind.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it, like,
Yeah.
You're gonna leave it alone.
I'm trying to keep this PG-13, okay?
We want to stay viable on the FCC airwaves.
Yeah.
Hide the numbers.
So we've got a little bit more James Gunn news. There was a Q&A on Twitter. where
Oh
James-
damn!
Wow. I mean, not wrong.
She ain't wrong.
No,
She ain't
she's
wrong.
She actually asked me when we first started dating who my favorite X-Man was, and now I'm glad I didn't answer Cyclops when that happened.
He's an over emotional simp. I keep telling y'all, that's exactly what he is. Gene! I love you, Gene. I love you so much. Man,
So
forget
during the
that.
Q&A, James Gunn was asked if the cast of the Guardians would appear in Superman Legacy, where he then replied, yes. So maybe we're not done with, with the Guardians yet. And that does confirm we do have Superman Legacy, which is going to start shooting in January 2024. Of course, that is, so far, the writer's strike has not affected the film, but they may have to delay that if at any point in time they do have to make changes or anything.
Well, I think Gunn is the lead writer on the film. I could be wrong, but I think he said
Which means he has to be part of the Screenwriters Guild. You don't get to write without being part of the guild.
Told you. But I think he has it fleshed out. But I don't think there's anything that'll knock it off track before the writers come back, because I think he has the story fleshed out. I obviously I don't think there's a script yet because there's no writers, but I think
I'm still not trusting James Gunn.
I mean, he's not. What's his name? What's his name? He ruins all my childhood. Michael Bay.
Facts. Explosions in the Fox chick or whatever her name.
or Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
I'll do the rest of the podcast in Zack Snyder mode.
No, you got to turn the lights way down though first.
Damn.
So James
Wait.
has confirmed. So he did go ahead and confirm that Crypto is going to appear in Superman Legacy, so we'll see how that pans out.
Yay!
Let's do it.
All right. What you got, Sean?
I mean, is that really a is that really a feather in the cap though? Like the dog is going to appear? I mean, I was glad Jimmy Olsen would, and obviously Lois Lane is going to be. He announced the dog before he announced the villain. I mean, am I the only one that sees something wrong with this?
It's not any worse than radioactive injections for years, but now she has breast cancer.
Who's the bad guy going to be? Yeah, the bad guy is definitely going to be announced. Everyone loves dogs. Yeah, Crypto's going to be in it.
What's wrong with Crypto? Don't be hating on Crypto.
I'm not going to be hating on Crypto, but he's like
Crypto's awesome.
He should be an afterthought.
Crypto should never be an afterthought. They did him wrong. They did Crypto wrong on Titans, by the way. How the hell Crypto gonna be gone all this time, and then all of a sudden you bring Crypto back to eat with him?
They did a lot wrong on Titans.
That's just disrespectful.
Let's just be
All right.
real.
So, now that we've all had our chance to, criticize James Gunn,
Yes.
you want to pull up picks 3 through 6, William?
Yep.
So we have some new posters revealed for The Flash.
Batman Beyond.
I still don't like that costume.
I don't either. I kind
Is
of
that
think about it.
Is that Ezra Miller?
Damn.
That was why he was having the meltdown.
Disrespectful for you to say something like that.
Damn, that's wrong. I know, you know what though? I've never
Hurtful but truthful.
You know what though? I've never been a Sasha Cali fan. Never. No disrespect to her, but I've never been a Sasha Cali fan. It's like she's just like her presence is just there. Nothing personal against her. I just don't think she's going to be a very good Supergirl. And again, she's got a heart. She's got
some more images.
She got a hard
There he
mark.
is. Dark
She
and
got a hard
brooding.
mark to follow. All right. Let me go back one more time for those who missed it.
Okay, Supergirl.
The Flash, of course, I would hope he's going to be in the film.
Can I just super kick him? Shawn Michaels super kick.
I think I'm sexy.
That's Disco Flash,
Exactly.
All right. Well, are we ready to move on to talk about some of our TV shows for the week?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let's go ahead and, since we just haven't gotten enough of The Flash, let's go ahead and talk about The Flash.
Eddie thought we're getting this, but now Shaw, help me out. Because I know the Eddie Thawne that we're seeing is not from our universe, it's from his universe, that parallel universe. Am I correct on that?
Okay. I'm not 100% sure what's up with it. He's not from the parallel universe, he's in the future.
Mm-hmm.
What I think may have happened is because we saw at the end of season 1, his body gets pulled into a wormhole.
Yep.
I think maybe that spit him out in the future, and maybe he had amnesia, or maybe, I don't know. I mean, they haven't explained that exactly yet. Maybe it's a whole thing with the universe resetting stuff. Maybe it's the whole Crazy Infinite Earth thing, when the whole reboot thing. Maybe that's it. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, we'll see moving forward, but there's definitely a connection there between him, who was a character named Marcus. Not Marcus.
I think that was Marcus or Melvin, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Him and Eddie, clearly something about the negative speed force. So we'll see about that momentarily soon. I mean, next couple of episodes, since we only have 2 episodes left.
I got 2 left. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what exactly it is.
We got Iris going into labor, and then in this episode, Barry comes back, and then a second later, he's gone. He disappears again. We don't know where he goes in this episode.
Was he gone in a flash?
He could be gone to Cat's Eye for all we know, but he gone again. And then Eon's powers come into play. Negative Speed Force took advantage of Mark, but she removes the crystal from him, which makes him one with the earth or kills him. And then she uses her powers to bring him back like it wasn't nothing. So she's very powerful. Looks like she can control everything that is not natural.
Yeah.
So am I the only person that's seeing Eddie Thonback remembered how awkward it is that Iris and Barry are together because they were raised as brother and sister?
And you saw in that episode that all the memories start coming back of him and Iris being together.
Well, I mean, like, I always thought it was a little bit weird, the Barry Iris thing anyway.
Yeah,
but
it's
then,
still weird.
It's been happening for so long that I think we all just kind of forgot about it.
That's like incest, man.
Oh, there it is.
Still a little
That's
weird,
like
yeah.
unofficial incest.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's been seeing all that with Eddie, and it's like, that's
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. But the good thing out of all this, we got 2 more episodes to deal with Iris dumbass. And then after that, she is gold.
All right.
You're my lightning rod. The hell with all that.
Maybe she'll end up on Gotham Knights.
She probably would. And that's where she need to be. Over there with them. And they get canceled.
Wait, no, she doesn't have daddy issues though. So I mean, that's kind of
true.
I mean, everybody on that show has daddy issues. So
that's true. Plus, she older than them too. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got some Stargirl news. Pick number 7. All right.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Breck Bassinger revealed season 4 of DC Stargirl would address the multiverse, with the mini crossover of DC Titans would serve as the preparation for that. The actress also confirmed that a crossover with The Flash was discussed, but never got off the ground.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait for that show to be over.
Wait, who was it when when someone brought this news to light and said that she was going to appear on the Doom Patrol, and I think it was you, Kat. You were like, "She can't handle the Doom Patrol. They'll just punt her over. They'll just punt her over to Titans."
So, about that in the chat.
So here we are.
Yeah. She that actress has not gone the full Disney actress route, so she's not ready for Doom Patrol yet.
Yeah. She's not singing to aliens or on OnlyFans, so yeah, she's gotta hit some. She doesn't have to go all the way to rock bottom, but she's got to go down. She's got to meet the low bar.
I'm just saying, you can't put a character that's that Mayberry on a show that's that not.
Feel like we got a question in the chat, guys.
PlayStation Showcase on May 12th will be Spider-Man and Wolverine, Mortal Kombat 12, and Injustice 3?
I haven't heard anything about Injustice 3.
I don't know anything about Injustice 3. You hear anything about that on that, Diamond?
I just heard about that the showcases will happen at the end of May.
The only thing I've heard about Spider-Man 2 having Wolverine in it, and it's going to be not TVMA, it's going to be rated M. So it's going to be Wolverine accurate. And I've heard rumors about Mortal Kombat 12, but I have not heard anything about Injustice 3.
That's a quick turnaround, too. All things considering, that animated movie was just out, what, about a year ago?
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see an Injustice 3, though. I can see it a lot, because you can do a lot with Injustice 3. There's so many loose ends on 2 that you hadn't really answered yet.
I haven't finished 2. I began it. Maybe that'll be my next Twitch stream.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a release date. I'm just, seeing talk that they're fleshing out the characters. But I'm not seeing a release date yet for... I think I just talked to wife anything.
I don't know. I my kid already tries to play like the crossword games and stuff I have on my phone, and it's already just okay. Yeah, you ruined my turn. I had to wait a whole 24 hours now.
You need to get back in there.
I need to give you nap time back. Is what I need to do. You little.
All right. So now we've got onto that, and now onto my next Mayberry show.
Oh.
Superman and Lois.
Let me guess. Lois is sick.
I'm at the halfway point with this show because I know it's rumored for cancellation. I'm 50-50 on whether it should be canceled or we keep it going.
So most
when
recent I've heard is that they're going to try and renew it for one more season.
Well, I mean, everything's getting renewed right now because there's a strike.
But the only thing,
So it's like, yeah, sure, we'll renew it.
The latest word I got is that Gotham Knights and Superman and Lois are maybes, like hard maybes, but HBO Max might save one show.
From what I've read, if
Gotham
Knights gets to piggyback off what Shaw said, if Gotham Knights gets saved, I don't think it's going to be on the CW. I think HBO Max is going to take Gotham Knights, and Gotham Knights get saved.
Ain't nobody watching Gotham Knights.
And I don't understand why they cancel Titans. I mean, as many flaws as Titans has, at least Titans is watchable, and you can say, all right,
ain't nobody watching Gotham Knights.
Yeah, because that's really the folks that own the CW. They also own Discovery. They're really pushing the reality TV angle and the white people flipping houses.
Well, I think when Max comes out, Discovery is going to be a part of Max, and that's why they're dropping the HBO.
Yeah,
and that's another thing with the strike.
Am I wrong? Is there anything else on
HGTV? No. You ask where's the lie, and there's no lie to be found. And that's another quick 10 seconds. That's another problem with the strike.
Oh my God.
Daddy Zaslav will just say, hey, guess what? Reality TV time. I don't need any of you guys.
Yeah, but not all of us watch reality TV. Like, I barely watch the CW. You guys make me do it.
Exactly.
Gotham Knights is the mole man of Gotham.
Don't mole man like that.
Just that mole man.
Nobody's gay for mole man.
But nah, he's not gay with Superman and Lois. I'm halfway there because when Superman comes into play, it's great. When you see him there, his fight scenes are decent, the storyline's decent. I think everything's good when it's dealing with Superman. My issue with this show is when you start going down to other avenues. I ain't trying to be mean. I ain't trying to be wrong. I don't give a damn about the kids. I don't give a damn about Bruno Mannheim. I know he's a big bad, but I don't give a damn about him. I don't give a damn about his wife. I want to see Superman and what's going to pertain to him. Because you got a lot of stuff going on with the kids that you're showing. You got a lot of stuff going on with Lana that's going down. A lot of stuff going down. First of all, Lana's a bitch. And then after that, you got a lot of stuff going on with Lana's kids that we are forced to watch. I don't want to see none of that. I ain't signing up for none of that. I want to see Superman. If I can't see Superman, cancel this shit.
Well, that's been the problem with Superman since Christopher Reeve died. They've not been able to nail it down. Look at Man of Steel. He was like a trucker. He was Wolverine for the first half of the movie. Like, he's hiding out in Canada. He's
Nobody's gay for Gotham.
I mean, he's hiding out in Canada, and then he comes in, and it's like, Kevin Costner's his dad, and his dad's like, "Don't save me, son." And he's like, "Oh, my dad's dead." And then like something like mundane happens, and he's like, "No!" And it's like, dude, like you weren't even that emotional when your dad died. Like, this is really you're all over the place, Soups. Where are we going here?
I mean, we already know the tropes. Like, you have to so I mean, maybe there's like the superhero handbook that says if you have a flying power, just accept that your parents are gonna die.
Maybe he was just like not too attached to the idea of Kevin Costner being his dad.
I mean, I don't think Kevin Costner's kids are that attached to Kevin Costner being their dad.
Mm-mm.
It's like, wasn't your dad?
How can they be that attached?
Wasn't your dad in Waterworld?
But that's my only issue with that show. You don't get enough of the hook, and the hook is Superman. The hook is not Lois Lane. The hook is not Lana Lane. The hook is Superman, and you don't get enough of the hook on the show to keep people interested enough.
And that's why the first Superman and Lois was so good, because it was cheesy.
Yep.
Yeah, it was unbelievably cheesy, but like, Dean Cain was Superman. It was Superman and Lois, The Adventures of Superman, and you got a lot of Superman.
I'm just saying, with all the radioactive injections, why are they going with breast cancer and not uterine cancer?
That's a good point.
And at this point, wouldn't they cancel each other out because you're using radiation to fight cancer? So if she got the cancer through the radiation, because radiation does cause cancer, then wouldn't I'm just saying. Like,
the radiation will cancel out the radiation.
But I mean, it's like this is a radiation that they really have. I mean, it's Kryptonian radiation, though, so I don't know how you combat that.
Well, I mean,
You know?
So if we're gonna go down that trope, then Kryptonian radiation may not even cause cancer. It may only be the nuclear radiation that we have here that's based off of, like, you know, uranium isotopes. So I'm still saying that, like, the Kryptonian, you know, her radiation injection, Kryptonian radiation injections, to keep it PG-13, should have counterbalanced out, and, you know,
when I get that feeling.
My thing though.
Sometimes telling me no.
My thing is, why didn't she see this coming as a side effect from having a Kryptonian kid?
But wait, don't they have kids?
Yeah.
So how come the kids don't got cancer?
Because one's Kryptonian and has powers, and the other one, he's just a junkie that gets high on Kryptonian meth.
Okay, so methamphetamine cures cancer. That's what we're going with. Yo, shoot, mama! Shoot, mama!
You got
this just went past PG-13. Shoot, mama Lois up with some of that meth and cure that Kryptonian cancer.
Yeah, it just got past PG-13. You be like Steve Rogers. We're gonna take drugs to make you done.
I mean,
what is this, chemo? No, it's meth. Take it.
Meth.
Who knows which one's more dangerous for you?
Exactly.
So with that, though, the CW has also canceled the Supernatural prequel to The Winchesters, which I can see that.
I didn't even get a chance to watch it. Was
I
it
haven't
even
watched
any
it
good?
Anyway.
I did.
I mean, I was a fan of Supernatural, so I was willing to check it out, but was it any good?
I think we all understand that I'm a nerd for the lore.
Mm-hmm.
And the premise of the Winchesters, even in like their pilot, already started punching holes in and deviating from the original lore.
Damn.
Well, wasn't the original lore they were estranged and Dean kidnaps Sam from college? I mean, it's been a while since I watched the show from beginning to end.
About his parents.
Oh, okay.
So the caveat to that is her dad was a hunter. Yes. But their dad didn't know that grandpa was a hunter until after mom died. The premise of this show is that mom is a hunter and is training dad to be a hunter through their teen years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't have. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, there are some talks. Of course, Superman and Lois are going to be canceled. Gotham Knights are going to be canceled. They're saying they may keep one DC show. And if it is Superman and Lois, they're talking that they may move it to Metropolis, which is
why don't they just cancel the whole CW? I mean, really, just bring back UPN. I liked Homeboys from Outer Space. It was a guilty pleasure of mine. And just bring back. I don't understand what the CW has after the Arrowverse is gone.
Like, imagine they brought back Flash, or like, hey, we know y'all like this, even though y'all don't like this, we're gonna make y'all watch this for like 5 more years.
But then they do like the Wally West Flash.
Yep.
Yeah, I just don't. I like CW is the most like they're like the IDW of TV stations. It's like what? Where are you going? You're not doing anything.
Yeah. And then who here watches Titans? We all know I don't watch it.
I haven't watched the second half of the season yet.
All right, you want to catch us up?
I saw the finale.
Oh, did you? Okay.
The finale already?
Yeah,
Okay.
the end. The very end.
And you can spoil it. I don't care.
Starfire flies.
Yeah, I mean, instead of just throwing the dude in a freaking wormhole to anywhere you can choose, they decide to, she has to fly him up and explode for no reason.
So she went from being a hooker to exploding.
Exploded hooker.
I can see it now. I'm a meat popsicle. Boom.
I mean, because she turns all blue, she flies him up, and bam, and then next thing you know, she comes down in like comic book form, of her red energy that you see. So,
God, they did. I mean, I liked the show, but they really did like some of the characters, so many injustices. Like,
I will say though, that Robin suit is nice.
They dogged Tim Drake. They dogged Jason Todd. They dogged Starfire.
What did you call her? Cat? A hooker?
I mean, that was what her original outfit looked like in the first season.
Yeah,
I was like,
season
why
one.
the guy
Didn't
makes
she-
Starfire look like a hooker?
Didn't she become a hooker? She became a hooker, didn't she?
I think they tried to pass off like she forgot who she was, so she was just living out on the street, working girl. Like, hold
she
up.
did go through memory loss.
I mean, hold on one second. I don't want to be canceled. They a sex worker. She was a sex worker, wasn't she?
Which here's the
For a
catch.
minute.
Titans are all supposed to be like teenagers.
The one thing that made me mad, the one thing that made me upset though, we never got Wonder Girl back. That's the one thing that made me mad. I thought we were going to see Wonder Girl come back, but she never did.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
a little troubled by the like the sex worker part. Okay, fine, it's the world of the profession. I'm fine with that. But wait a minute, these are supposed to be the Titans. The Titans are typically thought of as tween to teenager. So
And
you're
then-
promoting underage sex workers?
And then and then Red Hood showed up, and he was supposed to be the big bad, and then he was just like, "Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna not do this anymore."
They have enough problems on their own. They don't need me ruining their day.
Like, I'm fine. I'm just gonna, I'm fine.
Okay. So now that we've derailed back on our topics here. So she made the meat popsicle explode.
Yeah, she made Brother Blood explode, and then toward the end, everybody's talking about toward the end of the show, what everybody's going to do, because everybody's going to leave the Titans, but they keep, how you say, well, I'm leaving, but I'm going to be so far away. So if you need me, you can call me. So it shows everybody doing what they're going to do. You get a brief cameo of Superman's foot as he tries to teach Superboy how to fly. And then I think Robin decided to go back to Metropolis to train and do some other things. Raven's going back to school, going to college, because you sort of kind of forget how old Raven is in this. She's like, what, Shaw, 15, 16, something like that?
Yeah, about.
Yeah, so, she grown ass chick in a comic book, but in this, she's a little girl. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. We got Superboy coming back. He's gonna stay in Metropolis and learn how to fly from Superman. And Robin and Starfire just stay together. That's pretty much about it.
Wait, how does he need to learn how to fly? He's Superboy. Superman didn't need to learn how to fly. He just kind of went like.
Well, if you look,
They
if
fall
you
out of
look
the nest and they don't know what they're doing. They just go splat.
it depends. It depends on the storyline you look at. Because if you go back to the day, Pa can't actually taught him how to fly with balloons. If you go back that far, but in recent stories,
That's like the worst dad ever. I think you have the ability to fly. Here's some balloons. Let me tie it to you.
Well, it was more to help to guide him in flight than anything.
And 40 years later, some dude in Australia did that and almost died.
Mm-hmm.
And they made a movie about it. Now he's famous.
He was and he's famous and he's still famous and he ain't Superman. So
and he's not Superman.
Did that same thing with his son. He's like, "You're my son. You can fly. I don't know if I can." And he just blasts and pushes him off the roof.
I also don't like how Titans killed Lex Luthor.
But Lex Luthor died through that stink deity. A couple
Yeah.
episodes back.
I mean, I was like, why would you? It's like, oh, sweet, they got Lex Luthor coming into this? Nice. And then it's like, oh, I'm dead.
Well, you had to move the story, because if you didn't kill Lex, then Superboy would have done what he did. So
I don't know. I was just like, why are you even going to bother introducing the guy? Why can't you just say, like, off screen, like, Lex Luthor's dead? Because Lex Luthor comes on screen and you're like, oh, it's about to go down. Lex Luthor's involved. And it's like South Park. And he's gone.
well, at least the dude got a check. He got a check. Yeah, check
He's
for
Lex Luthor. How many checks does he possibly need?
But I'm talking about the actor. Not him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the actor got some checks.
All right, so we made it through our TV shows. Diamond, what do you have in gaming news for us?
So, so someone found a letter that was sent to Miami for billboard advertising for Rockstar. That is thought to be the leak for GTA 6. However, that was debunked by both Reddit and GTA forums, with people finding out that the letter may or may not be from ChatGPT.
Damn, really?
I lost it. What was that last part?
It may have been written by an AI.
Yeah. Like, I use ChatGPT all the time, so.
Same.
I know I do.
Also, Amnesia the Bunker was supposed to be released towards the end of May, but has now been delayed till June 6, 2023.
Okay.
Also, Mortal Kombat 12, NetherRealms, and Ed Boon are teasing that the next installment with the newest teaser showing a ticking clock going from 9, 10, and 11, then jumping to 1. It looks like they might have a full reboot of Mortal Kombat. There's also a rumor that the add-in characters for MK12 will feature either Homelander or Peacemaker.
That's interesting. Okay.
That's interesting, but I mean, it's kind of like they were really going strong with they had Jason and they had Freddy and they had the Predator, and now it's kind of like they're going goofy. Like, I'd like to see like Pinhead come in.
True.
Or I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's Mortal Kombat, so they'll make it good. I mean, I've never really seen Actually, there's been a lot of bad Mortal Kombat games. I can't really. Yeah, I can't say I haven't seen a bad Mortal Kombat game, but there's been more good Mortal Kombat games than bad.
Well,
I'll say that.
Scorpion, because I mean, I think we all just like to watch people like get disemboweled.
Yes. Or get yanked by the chain.
Yeah.
That's my go-to character. Also, Private Division and Game Freak will team up for a new IP codename Project Boom, which is projected to release in 2026 during the Take-Two fiscal year. And Insider Gaming reported that there's a new Call of Duty game set to release this year titled COD Modern Warfare 3. It will be developed
That's
by...
creative.
Like, come take my money.
Damn.
But yeah, it's said to be developed by Sledgehammer Games. Apparently, COD 2023 is reported to be quote-unquote a premium DLC for Modern Warfare 2, while this year's title will be the sequel to Modern Warfare 2, which will also feature campaign, multiplayer, zombies, and a new Warzone 2 map.
So let me get this straight. They already released a DLC with the same name as the game they're about to release.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Premium DLC. So it's spicy DLC.
So many people are going to be so mad when they get the wrong one.
Oh,
We have that one grandma that's like, I'm gonna buy my kid the Call of Duty game that he wanted this year, and it's the one that's like earlier from this year. It's like, that's not the one.
I am so glad I play Sniper Elite, not Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have enough dude bro in me to play Call of Duty anymore. Like that, and I'll probably get myself banned for the things I will yell at the 13-year-olds that yell at me.
I'm telling you, your mom doesn't love you.
Oh no, that's way too
care
tame.
about you.
That's
Your
way
mom
too
don't
tame.
care.
Like,
No, because I said some messed up things on God that I probably should.
I mean, everybody has. My wife is the worst. Like,
Yeah.
my wife probably set the rules for Xbox chat.
yeah, like my husband is a sailor. I say things that shock him when I get upset enough. You know, the colorful vernacular. All right. What else you got for us, Diamond?
So
I think Down had a few more.
yeah, I had like 2 more left. So Asus ROG Ally the Steam Deck competitors will now be released in the middle of June and has been given the fair reviews. It'll cost $700. So, yeah.
Cool,
Wait,
cool.
$700 for what?
For a Steam Deck.
Is that like,
$700 for a Steam Deck.
is that like a magic
hell no.
cards or what is that?
No, it's it's basically a Switch, just like it connects to the to Windows and everything.
Oh, so it's like a Steam console,
Yeah.
and it's $700.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said 30 years ago when the 3DO came out, or actually no, because I was like 8. I'm gonna say the same thing that like my dad said when I asked for the 3DO when it came out. You're out of your mind.
Craziness.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just buy a gaming rig. You're going to pay a little more for your gaming rig, but your gaming rig is going to be more versatile.
I mean, isn't Steam PC at that point? You may as well just spend the extra couple $100 and buy a good PC.
Mm-hmm. But you know, it's the way of the future. You gotta be able to like keep up with the times.
So was Rosie the robot, and I still don't have a robot made. Thank you very much. That's a greater atrocity.
Where's my Irona? That's what I want to know. Where's my Irona?
No, I have a 3-year-old that thinks she's the best helper in the world, and she's
Facts.
she's a good helper, but you know,
Where's my Irona? Where's the robot chick from Big O? That's what I'm talking about.
Where am I
We're not gonna have
floating
anything like iRobot. We're not gonna have that yet. I don't
I
want.
mean,
to my ass.
at this rate, I can't even afford Robbie the robot from Lost in Space.
Damn.
And all he needs to do is tell me if I'm in danger. Like, I need to come in the door. Wife is mad. Wife is mad. Okay, I'm out, Robbie. Peace. Gonna go.
Like I'll come back 2 days later. So also in PlayStation news, the PlayStation Showcase will be on the last week of May or early June, which may include Konami stuff, with PlayStation making a deal with Konami for Silent Hill, Metal Gear, and according to Jez Corden, maybe even a new Castlevania.
Wait, can I ask you for clarification real quick?
Mm-hmm.
When you say making a deal, does that mean it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive?
Mm-hmm.
So Microsoft wouldn't have. All right, wow, all right, that's very interesting.
That's if the deal goes through and they're like, oh yeah, we'll have more people try to buy PlayStations for our to play Silent Hill or so.
That's very interesting that like Metal Gear. Well, Metal Gear is tied to PlayStation, so that's not that surprising. But the other games are kind of wow.
I think it would be like a what's it called with Xbox doing their acquisition of all these like other companies. I think that would be like a chess move for them.
Yeah, and I think the thing, if I correct me if I'm mistaken, but didn't that fall through?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't the courts say that that's a no-go? So
yeah,
Activision Blizzard is back on the market again, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So if like PlayStation decides to say, hey, we got an offer you can't refuse, we're going to do some Godfather type stuff and leave a horse in your bed if you don't accept my offer.
PlayStation did a Nintendo. PlayStation did what Nintendo did in the 80s and 90s, is what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have for gaming news.
Thank you, Diamond. We do appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. I know it takes a minute to go and get all that put together.
All right. Well, we have a few more things to go over before our big announcement of the night, because tonight is the night we are announcing the winner of the Hill Country Comic-Con giveaway.
Great. Now it sounds like an HR meeting. Thanks, Kat.
You're welcome.
Oh, guys, we're putting out 5 topics till next week. I didn't realize we've already been on over an hour, so let's go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Without further ado, let's go ahead and do our last topic, and then we'll go ahead and do our giveaway announcement. So topics pick number 11 to 19.
Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Let's finish up the news, and then we'll finish up our topics for next week. Let's just go ahead and finish up our news. We'll do finish up the news. Finish up the news.
We got a lot.
It's still more because I didn't realize we were that long in.
Yeah, that writer's strike, we it took up a lot of time.
Yeah. Let's see. Where did we stop? Oh, we stopped at Titans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do a few more of the news to enlighten fans, and then we can move on to the winner.
All right. So Dave Filoni has been credited as the sole writer for all 8 episodes of Disney Plus's series for Ahsoka. We'll see how that goes. They're also talking a little bit more about Acolytes. So the way that they are wording it is that the show is going to be queer to the point where it is campy. So it's either going to be really weird, but here's kind of my personal beef with that is Acolytes are a division of the Sith.
So how can that be campy?
How can you make
Look, they better commit. They said it. They gotta commit now. I mean, you need high heel lightsabers. John Waters needs to be involved.
You said high heel.
You need high heel lightsabers, man.
Damn.
I mean, obviously, if you grab it by the soul, you can actually probably maneuver it pretty well.
You could totally single white female that, but I digress. Netflix has released a little bit more information about Avatar. There will be more of Kyoshi guiding Aang in the series. And they're going to be doing a video presentation next week for the release date, or possibly be releasing a trailer.
So that series is done. Writer's strike isn't going to affect that.
Probably. Well, they've been working on that one for a while.
It's just already written.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's already in post.
We have Beetlejuice 2 is officially moving forward with Jenna Ortega now confirmed to be portraying the daughter of Lydia.
Winona Ryder. Yep.
William Dafoe is going to join the cast in that movie as well.
Yo, they're strong with the Michael Keaton member berries. They're bringing back Michael Keaton Batman, Michael Keaton Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I mean, that juju's on you.
He said Beetlejuice 3 times. Oh.
All right. Then we have some Doctor Who news. Pick number 9. According to the Mirror, Moffat is going to come back and write some episodes for the next Doctor Who.
I don't watch Doctor Who, but I can't take any of these people seriously.
I'm wondering if they're going to be going back to either the Torchwood storyline with this or the Time Robots.
Those to be Time Robots.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, because when you got into Torchwood, like the original creation of it would have been also like along the Elizabethan timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So we have titles for 3 specials. One of those titles is going to be the Star Beast. The second one will be Wild Blue Yonder, and the third one will be The Giggle.
Judging by the teaser, the first one is going to be about those bug alien dudes, The second one will be about Neil Patrick Harris's character, whether it's going to be the time maker or not, toy maker or not, and the last one will be about Meet the Beep. Judging by the trailer, that might not be the case.
Gotcha. We also have some news about the Future After Once and Always Power Rangers show. What you had some good stuff on that, right?
Yeah, I was. So there's been some talk about maybe doing something moving forward with that. I mean, I think it's very likely that someone from there is going to show up in the next series of Power Rangers, the Dino Fury. And maybe doing a next generation type thing could work with with the rest of the children of the others. And I don't know, just thoughts that there could be something moving forward from Once and Always with the success of it. What are your thoughts on that?
Go Power Rangers.
So I was never a huge Power Rangers fan, so I don't have a whole lot to say on that. I mean, it would be interesting if they pursued that arc. I'm just not sure how I feel about it because, like I said, Power Rangers was not necessarily my big wheelhouse.
I'm not a fan of every iteration. I like some iterations more than I do others.
Mm-hmm.
I know they existed.
Like Ninja Storm to me was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think like I was aged out of Power Rangers though when it came out. I was just not into it. It came out and I just
see. I love Ninja Storm. I love Ninja Storm, but I couldn't stand SPD.
What?
It's kind of like Power Rangers and Captain Planet came out at the same time.
It's just me. It's just me. I couldn't stand it. And I think it was that little kid that turned me off.
Oh, Jason or something? Not Jason.
That little kid with the Blue Ranger. Yeah, I think he turned me off.
When he like put stilts in, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm tall now." Like, dude.
Yep. And then all of a sudden he come into the Ranger. He grown all of a sudden. Man, come on, man. Get the hell out of here. But some of them I like Ninja Storm. I love Ninja Storm. I love the original. I love when all the Red Rangers went at it with one another that one episode, and of course the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossovers. Loved all those. Did she just say Captain Planet was far better?
Yeah, because I said I thought that Captain Planet came out at the same time as Power Rangers, and I wasn't even either of them. Although Captain Planet had a majestic mullet.
I think in the States, Captain Planet came out before the Rangers, but over in Japan, that's Kamen Riders. Captain Planet ain't got nothing on Kamen Riders over in Japan. Nothing. And that's all. And that's what the Power Rangers were. They were Kamen Riders.
Kind of.
And I could have mispronounced the name. But I think they were Kamen Riders over there.
Kind of. Kamen Riders and Power Rangers were different. Like in Japan, they were called Super Sentai.
There you go. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. But because I know they were a lot earlier in Japan when we got Captain Planet over here.
Yeah, Super Sentai was like about 10 years.
Yep.
From earlier there than they were for Power Rangers.
Well, yeah, because wasn't it worked in like the footage was older and you could tell, and then you had like Amy Jo Johnson and all the other guys and girls.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, the main thing about the show was taking Sentai footage and splicing it to create something new. That's why it lasts so long, because it's a cheap show to make.
Yeah. And we will not talk about Amy Jo Johnson on this show.
Why not?
No. We're not talking about Amy Jo Johnson on it. No.
But why?
I'm sorry to traumatize you.
No, we will not talk about it. I loved Amy Jo Johnson back then.
All right.
She's going to be at Awesome Con. You want me to get you an autograph?
Yeah! Love David Joe Johnson back then. All right, Kat, go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad. I ran my mouth. My bad.
So, as Disney, part of the Disney and Hulu merger of subscriptions, now, mind you, this isn't happening right away. It's probably not going to happen until the end of the year, maybe sometime 2024. But Disney has already revealed a plan to start moving some of its content from Hulu over to Disney Plus as part of the strategic approach to its changing content.
I need to do something because I got both of them, so I need to do something. So I'm glad they're doing that.
And,
Disney's shuffling a lot of content around right now.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and hop over to our topics. Picks 11 and 9. Let's start with 11 through 19. Sorry.
Sit here, Barbara. Sit her right or not, baby.
They could be.
Oh, yeah, one more falls, 2 more come back. All right. Let's do a few of these topics real quick. Let's do a few. Ooh.
All right.
This is the first one right here. What's this about?
Yeah, so just some potential casting. Who would you guys prefer to be the new Invisible Woman?
Is that Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Well, she would be the first person to portray the Invisible Woman on film, so she clearly needs to do it.
Bring Jessica Alba back.
No, Jessica Alba
Wait.
did.
Who? I know, but according to Jennifer Lawrence, she'd be the first.
Nah,
Who's Margot?
Margot Robbie.
Margot.
No, she's out.
yeah, that don't look right.
No, I think she can do it.
Bryce Dallas Howard just doesn't look right.
Mm-mm.
Who's the Taylor chick?
Balinska looks decent. Taylor, is that the chick from Queen's Gambit?
She don't
Yes.
look right.
Yeah.
She don't look right in the face. She don't look good in the face.
Who? Taylor?
Yeah. What's wrong with her mouth?
I don't know. It's the same problem I had when she had Queen's Gambit. It's like that constantly. I'm surprised, so I'm gonna, do something inappropriate.
There's
Yeah.
Botox involved there. I mean, either
I'd
Jessica
say
or
out of
Jennifer.
all of these, Balinska looks the most appropriate, and I can't. I mean, Alba's not gonna do it, so I don't even know why she's on here.
She's too old now anyway.
Yeah.
I'd love to see her do it again, but I think she's aged out the role.
But the rest of them just don't look. Margot Robbie, I can't watch it without seeing Harley Quinn,
Yeah.
and so.
All right, let's go into the next one.
The last digit of your phone number has to beat Superman to save you. Oh, I'm golden. I get Hancock.
Yeah. Is Hancock number 7?
Yep.
Okay, good. I got Hancock.
I got number 5, so I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, I got like number 9. I've got his name, Giovanna.
You got to do it from JoJo.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Oh, I'm dead.
Who you got, Sean?
I got fucking Nas X.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Wait,
that's what I got.
who's the Steve Buscemi cartoon
got.
character at number 4?
That's the guy from One
What?
Piece.
Why is not?
that's
Why is Nas X even on here?
Why
Yeah.
not?
Why
you gonna
not?
do? What are you gonna do? Call his horse in or something? I mean, what the hell you
He's
gonna do?
Lil Nas X.
What the hell he gonna do? He ain't gonna do nothing against
Yeah,
Superman.
He's gonna give Satan a lap dance. Then Satan will kill Superman. That's how it works.
Man. All right, let's do one more.
All right.
Best
Best-
Netflix show picture.
Okay, what do we got?
What's the last one?
I think that's called Ozark, I think.
Okay, Ozark with the crying face. I never watched it. I heard of it, but I never watched
Yeah,
it.
I've heard of it too.
So we got The Witcher, Lucifer, Stranger Things. What's this hotel one?
That's Umbrella Academy.
Oh, okay.
No, that's out. For me, it's between Cobra Kai and Stranger Things. And I enjoy Cobra Kai much more than Stranger Things, so I'm going to go with Cobra Kai.
See, and I'm kind of torn between Lucifer and Stranger Things because Lucifer didn't originally start as a Netflix show,
Facts.
but when Fox brought it over, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I
I
liked it either way. But,
I'll go with Lucifer.
Stranger Things is truly Netflix, so I'll go Stranger Things.
I'll go with Lucifer. It's
I'll
more
go
my
with
cup
Stranger
of tea.
Things.
Lucifer is more my cup of tea. All right. I'm gonna do one more here. 124. One will protect you, the others will try to kill you. Choose wisely. Oh, we did this one before, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my bad.
Is
Oh,
that
you
the?
did.
Is wait. Ah, what happened?
We changed our minds. New one.
Yeah, because we did that topic
Yeah.
before. Which team would you chose to defend Earthrealm in Mortal Kombat?
Middle row.
Definitely middle row.
Definitely won't be last row. It's got Cyclops on our last row.
Yeah,
Fuck
you're done
that.
at that point. And then you
You
got
done
a
at that point.
thing, and he's just whiny.
Dude, no, middle row has Carnage.
Yeah, middle row. Middle row for sure.
Like,
You got Magneto, you got the Joker, you got Carnage and Deathstroke. Middle
Yep.
row.
Yeah, medium row. Yeah.
all
And
you
none of
need is
them-
Carnage.
And none of them are scared. And none of them are scared to kill either.
Mm-hmm.
But Cyclops wouldn't kill nobody. Ching! That's all he'll talk about. Step ass. Did she say anything?
Hearts, because as previously stated, Cyclops sucks.
Not wrong.
He's terrible. He's terrible. I get a lot of hate when I say that. I'm glad my folks here understand where I'm
I
coming
mean,
from.
I just go into that battle with Carnage. I'd be like, Magneto, take a break.
What was that, Cat?
The fan fiction writes itself between him and Jean Grey and Wolverine for the reason that he sucks.
Yeah, he's terrible. He's terrible. How about the hell with Jean Grey? I'll go back. I'll go get White Queen to be cool. That's what I do. You saw those two together before, so you might as well keep that relationship going. But anyhow, if you could break up Spider-Man and Mary Jane, you could break any couple up.
Yup.
So that's my
Wait,
point.
they broke up Spider-Man and Mary Jane?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
One
the
time ago.
newest issue, it was like it just went downhill.
God damn it, Marvel
Broke 'em
sucks.
Broke them up, man. Broke them up.
Oh my
Hell, they did the same thing with Storm and Black Panther.
Yup.
Yeah.
Marvel
Shit
sucks.
that made sense. They fucked it up.
And there goes that PG-13 rating.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I'm always worried I'm going to be the one to do it. Yeah.
it was me. I take full responsibility. If Dick gonna get mad, he gets mad. Which I don't think he will. All right, let's go ahead and go into our contest winner. Kat, you want to do that for us?
Let me pull it up here.
Or you want me to do it? I can do it. It don't matter.
If you have it,
Is it me?
No, I
We
hate
get a
you.
drum roll, please.
You are so disqualified.
I won something finally.
I just want the foot. I just want the foot fix.
Where my drum roll, sir?
He said, I can't get no feet pics, man. Do I have a drum roll? I can give you some applause. Hold on, I can give you some
I thought you
applause.
had a drum roll.
No, I can give you some applause.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you some of that.
Is
Okay.
Mr. David Schertzinger.
There you go.
So we will try to reach out to you and send you a message. Can you do that through YouTube? I don't know. I've never tried.
I can see he's he has like one sub.
Okay.
We can hit him up on YouTube and let him know that he won.
Yep. So you have 7 days to claim your prize. After that, we will draw a new name.
What I'll do, I'll follow him. Follow him. Geek Gauntlet Podcast will follow him on YouTube. I'll hit him up, send him a quick message. Hey, you won, dude. You won. We need your contact information. And we'll go from there.
Well, in 7 days, maybe I'll pronounce it right. I mean, you know.
Oh man. Oh man! All right, let's stop Cyclops in this show and let's go around the room and see what everybody's doing this week so we can finish up. Ambrose, what you got going on this week, buddy?
Writing a couple of pieces. I'm coordinating with the organizers of Awesome Con, which I got some press passes to, and that's in about a month. So I will be there. And I don't know if I'll be able to finagle some giveaways or anything. You know, anything can happen. So never say never. But
sure.
I'm going to be covering a lot of stuff. It's very Star Wars heavy this year. Ashley Eckstein will be there. Lando Calrissian himself will be there. So Mr. Billy D. Williams which I'm really excited about. And I'm just gearing up for it, and I'm talking to the organizers. I have connection with the founder, and I'm going to be doing a preview piece hopefully within the week once I get all the quotes I need. So, I'm just getting ready for that.
All right, Kat, what you got going on this week?
All right, so tomorrow I should have an article going up about my coverage from ChupaCabraCon from last weekend, which is why I could not be here with all you lovely people. Tomorrow I'm going to be out. If you are in the San Antonio area, head on out to Halfway to Halloween. It's out at the Rolling Oaks Mall. I will be out there with Heroes and Villains of Cosplay. We're a local cosplay and gaming group, so come on by and say hi.
Cool. Diamond, what you got going on?
I'm gonna start gaming with commentary or using my headset now. So with
cool.
Video.
Cool. Okay. Keep those videos coming on the Geek Gauntlet page. Shaw, what you got going on this week, buddy? Shaw. Mr. Shaw?
What
you got going on for you, buddy?
Yeah, nothing really. I mean, same old for this week, but I am planning for some stuff moving forward. I will keep you all posted.
All right. With me, we got a lot of guests coming on the show coming up this week. Got a few call in. Got a particular gentleman. I don't know if I'm gonna spoil it now. I might do it midweek.
Does he like feed pics?
You know, I just met him last week, so I don't.
Oh, so it's not who I was thinking about.
No, hell no. So it wasn't but I just met this gentleman last week, so I don't think what would have been appropriate for me to ask him that at a con.
I mean, inquiring minds want to know.
You be in the booth, hey man, you in the.
I mean,
Oh my gosh. But he is an actor, and I'll keep it on my hat for a little bit longer, kind of build anticipation. But he's an actor. He was in Wakanda forever. He was author of Gotham Knights, and he's got some interesting story from Gotham Knights as well. So I'm gonna keep that under my hat for a little bit longer. Probably announce it on the community tab on our YouTube page. So we kind of get excited about that. So we got some guests coming through. Still waiting on my cosplayer to reach back out to me and let me know if she can make it through. But if she can make it through, that would be great. So we got hopefully got a lot of things coming up guest wise with the Geek Gauntlet podcast. And if there's nothing else you lovely folks want to go over, I want to thank everybody for being here with us this night. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys again next week, same time, same channel. For myself, Kat, Ambrose, Diamond, and Shaw, Janae, we miss you. Hopefully we'll see you next week. We'll see you guys.
No,
Take
Janae's
care.
my nemesis.
Later, guys.